Hello and welcome to Fools Rush In STFC podcast. On the day that it finally happened, the longest running transfer saga since Will Big Time Ben still be a member of the panel at the start of this coming season, Payne has officially left Swindon Town. But there are signs that there may still be 2 or 3 players coming into the club. We will be discussing that, pre-season friendlies, and so much more, including a very special announcement at the end of the show. But let's start, as is customary, with the hellos and the man I referenced just there in the introduction. How are you, Ben?
I'm very well, Mikey. Warm today, and there's COVID in the household, but I'm good, thank you.
It is very warm today, and we wish the household a very speedy recovery from their very problematic ailment. And on the other side of the screen, a very good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Stephen. How are you?
Very, very well, thank you, sir. Yourself?
Absolutely buzzing to be here. Can't wait to get started.
And we are buzzing to have you. And fully teched up with his new microphone, we welcome back the man, the myth, the legend that is Nick. How are you, pal?
Yeah, very good. Hopefully loud and clear tonight.
Very loud and very clear.
Yeah. Staying Netflix day, staying out the heat, apart from walking the dog first thing. So it's all's good.
Fools Rush In is very Netflix and chill, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Ned, Ned, how are you, buddy?
Good, thanks.
Are you not feeling the Netflix and chill love from Fools Rush In?
Hopefully not.
It'll be very interesting selection.
Unless there's been Rehypno involved, I don't think I've felt anything along those.
Wow.
lines.
Well, this has taken a turn quickly, hasn't it? Let's very swiftly move on and say one last hello to the returning Craig. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad, 5p. I'm with you in my garden because my house is so hot. A hobbit just went and threw a ring into it. So, yeah, had to be done, mate.
Very, very good. Well done. Well, Jets, welcome along to our latest episode. And as I say, we've got a very special announcement at the end of this episode, which I know you're all very excited to discuss. But let's get on with the major news from today. Ben, Payne, gone.
Yeah, it was half expected, really. The Payne saga is finally over, so we can all move on a little bit. It's sad to see him go because he was such an instrumental part to us. I think at the end of the day, everyone's just relieved it's over. And I think the good news is he's not going to be in League Two next season, which is one thing we all kind of really wanted. So it's disappointing he's gone. He's not going to be in League Two. But how funny was Charlton's announcement video? But actual banter, that was actually pretty good, even if at our expense, you got Doffy Cat to him. So that makes up for it a little bit. We'll get to that.
And Craig, Ben mentions there he's not playing in League Two. Did anyone realistically think he would be joining another League Two side?
Well, I'm not too sure. I mean, Crawley are splashing the cash at the moment, aren't they? And Salford's there as well. So you never know. Stranger things have happened, but I think that League One's definitely his level. So I'm glad that he's gone to a League One club, not necessarily Charlton, because it just seems like rubbing salt in the wound as they're taking all our players. But no, I say I never begrudge anyone who wants to better themselves and go on to earn a bit more money for their future. And as we all know, footballers' careers are short ones. So yeah, all the best of luck to him. He had a fantastic season last season. His first season, I mean, some people thought he was one of the better players in a poor team. I didn't think he was that good, to be honest. There's very few that could have come out of that season with any sort of praise. But yeah, last season he was, he was fantastic. He was so yeah. Best of luck to him, and I hope he goes from strength to strength at Charlton.
Nick, it's an interesting point Craig makes there about the fact he's going to Charlton. There's no disputing the talent of the man, of course, and a number of the others that have gone that way. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if Swindon were in League One and were buying up half a squad of players who couldn't get promoted from League Two, would you be feeling particularly confident?
I think you've got to look at the players. Jack Payne is definitely League One level, so I don't think that's a concern. for him going to Charlton for their fan base. Egbo the same, although he's injured at the moment, but he's League One level. The one I would be a bigger problem would be Woolacott. Certainly how he finished the season with us. So yeah, Jack Payne definitely not a problem going to League One. He is far too good for League Two. So fair play to him. Like Craig said, good luck. He's gone up a level. He's probably on good money. Short career. Yeah, all the best. Wish him all the best.
No, absolutely, Mark. The crucial thing is for fans not to lose their heads over this. As instrumental as he was in the squad last year, it's not like he's irreplaceable, is it?
No, I don't think so. And again, I mean, at the moment, with a lot of the new players that we have, particularly in the centre of the pitch, you do kind of wonder, well, where are the natural goals going to come from? But you look at players like Khan, who's obviously one of the box-to-box midfield types. He scored 6 goals last season for Chesterfield. Certainly more physical. Payne was never really one for breaking up the play and winning the ball higher up the pitch. He was more of an outlet. Give me the ball, I'll be creative with my movement and technique. So I think we'll start to see a slightly different approach, particularly in maybe the second third to the final third of the pitch. I mean, one of the things that I think we probably should take notice of as fans, particularly in the centre of midfield, is Gladwin in this return to fitness. Scott Lindsay this evening said he reported back to pre-season training 5 kilos lighter than how he finished the season, and he's already looking, in Scott's opinion, as fit as he did in one of his most successful spells for Swindon, way back when. So I'm quite excited. I mean, nobody really knows what it's going to look like in the middle of the pitch, but obviously there's lots of new players and lots of new opportunities now for somebody to stake their claim and become a new hero. Don't get me wrong, I will miss Jack Payne. Absolutely wonderful footballer. We were blessed to have him, but ultimately he served his contract with us. He did it well. He worked incredibly hard, and I wish him all the best in League One.
And Ned, when the news broke earlier, for you, was it a frustration that it's been allowed to happen and that it took so long, or was it more of a glad it's over now and we can move on?
I definitely think it's a glad it's over now. I think, to be honest, looking at the fact that we've got so many midfielders, I think we've probably known for quite a while that he's not going to be signing the contract, if I'm completely honest, even though we've offered him this huge deal. I don't think it's about the money with Jack. I think it's more of his, he wants to fill out his, potential.
Wants to reach his potential.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm glad the saga's over. We can finally stop talking about it now. But I mean, I think it's been over for a while, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, sticking with you, Ned, on the other side of the coin, a few weeks ago, I think it was towards the back end of last season, you kindly went through a list of players who you suggested would be good additions to the town squad. And there was one particular defender that got mentioned, and all of a sudden, news seems to be breaking. You may have been correct.
Yeah, well, this wasn't that long ago when I mentioned him. It was because it was when I was looking at the there was a few little spoiler clips that they were putting out. Do you remember? Well, we thought they were spoiler clips. It was when I saw it's windy today. It's windy today at training or whatever it was. It was just a little clip of something being, the wind blowing against the microphone or something. And I was trying to read into it. I was like, Windy Miller, the Millers, who have Rotherham released in our, that we're after. Angus MacDonald. Right. Is it AM? Is it Angus MacDonald? And then all of a sudden. Oh dear. It's
great logic.
Yeah, absolutely.
See how your brain works there, Ned. Windy Miller, Rotherham.
It's like
when you could have McDonald's, you could have anything. You could have like a farm. You could have it.
It was using obviously, if you're of a certain age, it's using the old whack-a-day sort of mallet to mallet game in order to sort of come to who's going to be the next Swindon Town player. But for me, he's from available centre backs who potentially go to Swindon. He was a bit of a standout for me, so that's one of the reasons why I mentioned his name.
And let's throw it out there, because the general consensus is that would be a really good signing.
Absolutely,
100%. I think we'll be blessed to have him. I mean, I'm fully aware that he hasn't, had the greatest time with playing games in recent seasons, but he's got a lot of experience. There's
over 100 games in the Championship or something, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going to be blessed to have him. So it's, if it does come off, great. If it doesn't come off, I personally think that we've got enough cover there already. I know that in the pre-record, people were saying that we probably need one or two more defenders. But if we start the season, tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow because we're not quite there with the old match fitness just yet. But if we started the season, next week or something, I think we've got enough to give us a good start. I don't think we're that far behind, but I do think Angus MacDonald will be a wonderful addition and will add a lot.
And wider view, Mark, how do you view the state of the squad at the minute? Let's say MacDonald signs.
Yeah.
Where do you view that? Are we sort of 1 player short, 2 players short, 5 players short?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I think we're 1 player short, and that's the hallowed number 9 for up top. But looking elsewhere across the pitch, I think we've got plenty of cover and plenty of options. I know if I was being super greedy, maybe I'd look at taking on another left wing back and making sure that Yandolo stays in the middle of the pitch. But looking as it is, if you look at the players we'll have in defence, if Brennan, MacDonald, Bowdry, Minton, Harries and Clayton, that just screams a massive improvement on last year. People will say, well, how do you know that? You can't say that they haven't played this number of games. We've signed an under-23 captain from Liverpool's side. He's not going to be a mug of a footballer. And every report that I've read about him, the Liverpool fans were like, wow, I can't believe that he's dropped to League Two level. We know MacDonald is going to be quality. Again, there were some comments today about the fact that he'd only played 7 matches last season. He played 40 plus the season before, but he was coming back from injury last year, and trying to force your way into a team that ultimately got themselves promoted is incredibly difficult when you're coming back from an injury. So I think that's probably a misnomer there. But their fans love him and think he'll do an absolutely fantastic job in League Two. And they've said they're looking forward to seeing him kick on because he deserves that opportunity. From the big thing from my point of view across the whole pitch, and you read the player interviews that the official club are putting out there, we've got real personalities, players that genuinely seem to have that drive, energy. There's not been any kind of platitude. There's been a real, honest answer. And I've just got a really good feeling about the work ethic we're going to see for these players this year. And I think we're genuinely going to have a good season. So from my point of view, I think, one number 9 short, but everywhere else on the pitch, I can see a good level of cover and the opportunity to play a good number of formations.
Okay. Craig, one of the key points to the recent transfer activity in particular, which has surely lifted the mood of even the most despairing Town fan, is that we do appear to be paying fees. It's not loans and freebies all the time.
Yeah. It's it's a shame they're all undisclosed, but that just seems to be the way transfer fees are going these days. But it's good that we're paying money. A lot of the players that we've brought in on undisclosed, they're sort of, most of they've been playing in non-league or they're former academy players for, as Mark was saying with Tom Clayton. So for Liverpool. So I don't mind paying out. If we're paying fees for players and they turn out to be good. I don't imagine we're paying too much for them. If the model for the way we're supposed to be approaching recruitment is that we get players in at minimal cost, develop them, then sell them on at a profit. As I've mentioned time and time before, that was Brentford's method, and look how it worked out for them. So it's good that we're paying fees. When it comes to the squad overall and paying these fees, there's a lot of unknowns there because a lot of these players haven't played at League Two or League One or above. But it goes back to that whole statistical, data-driven approach that we've got at the moment. So when it comes to where the squad is, I think it's really impossible to say. When we looked at the squad last season, we didn't know how half those players were going to turn out, and we had quite a few surprises, as in like McCurdy was one of them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Nobody expected him to have the season he did. So it's I'm quite happy with the recruitment so far. I agree with what's been said so far. We need another striker. If we get McDonald in, that will be absolutely amazing. He's the type of experience and leadership that will, rub off on the younger players, and he can pass on his experience to them as well. So I'm pleased with it so far. Just needs one or two more to come in, and we might not be far off.
Ned, let's bring you back in. Where do you view the state of the squad at the moment?
Oh, I really, really happy with the recruitment. I've got to be honest. I echo everything that Craig just said. The one that I'm quite excited about as well is Romeo Hutton. It's nice to have a player who's got a long throw. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one who threw it in. It didn't touch anyone, and it counted as a goal. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So it's really nice to have that. Obviously, I don't think it's something that we're going to use all the time. But if he's on the pitch, we need to get a goal in the last 5 minutes of a game. It's nice to have that additional sort of feather to our hat.
No,
trying to think of it. Also, as well, because obviously there's a lot of talk that everyone thinks that the 40% wage barrier is a load of bollocks. I did a little bit of math. I put it on the WhatsApp earlier. I think we're about 25% above at the moment. I think there's room for possibly, 2 squad players or one, as Mark put it, one really good player, still within that budget. I might be completely off, but just trying to sort of take into consideration, players who would have their, wages increase from last year and everything else as well. So hopefully, I reckon we've probably got enough budget for 2 players. Obviously, McDonald will be one, of course, because that wasn't taken into consideration. So maybe room for one more striker. But yeah, I think one more striker, and we've got a wonderful squad for this coming season, I'd say.
Nick, how about you? Do you still think there's an area or two that Swindon can improve?
We definitely need another striker, which is what Lindsay said he's got in his interview earlier this evening, and a centre half, which looks that's nailed on. So yeah, we definitely need that striker, and I don't think we'll get one until after the season starts.
Okay.
When they see what players are around, who's now still looking for a club, and we could pick up a decent signing. So I think that's going to be late in the day. But yeah, he wants a squad of 25. We're pretty much there with that. So 2 more in, and then, as we said earlier, some of the players, the younger ones, will go out on loan, which will balance the squad out. So decent striker, experienced centre half. I think the most important thing is we tighten the defence up, which it looks like we'll be able to, because that's what let us down last season. We conceded far too many goals, scored plenty, but conceded too many. So yeah, all in all, really, really looking forward to the season now.
And Ben, finally, Nick makes an excellent point. Do you think that everyone needs to remember that it doesn't have to be done before opening day?
Oh, quite right. We've got till September the 1st, and you don't know what deals are going to happen later on. There's going to be bids. There's going to be. I'll be amazed if there's not surprise bids for McCurdy and Reed before the end of the transfer window. I'm sure someone's going to line something up. This is probably going to be a nervous time for us as well. There could be a number of changes yet. But I wanted to make a point, actually, 2 big improvements I will say about this squad over last year's squad. One is the height. We have a lot more 6-footers in this thing now. I think I've seen somewhere on Twitter that we've got like half a squad now, or half the first team are over 6 foot. Now, this will help with set plays because we were awful last season. I think we scored 2 corners and McCurdy got them both. And, so that's a big thing. And you were mentioning about Hutton lobbing it in the last 5 minutes and we need a goal. that's when you need big bodies in. That's when you need a bit of chaos and strength inside the box. So that's something we were short of, set play goals. And hopefully that will add 10 or so more goals than we did last season just through that alone. So it's working on stuff that we didn't do so well. That's good. The second point, loans. We signed 13 players, including McDonald. If we sign McDonald, 11 of them are ours. We've only signed 2 loans. I think they've learned from January we got shafted, because I think all the clubs initially said, no, we won't record our players. And then they all did, every single one of them, apart from the lad from Brentford who we sent back.
Sorry, Rich.
But yeah, so that's not, if we've got no loans, they're our players. They can't do that. So I think they're probably saving the loans until January, when we might actually need them, and they can't get recalled after then. So I think that's just clever. I think the whole thing's been very, very clever. And I think a lot of people and fans thinking, oh, they've sort of lost half their first team to Charlton and a manageable club. They don't think we'll do so well this season. But I really fancy us.
Yeah, Ben, it's interesting what you say that about the physicality of the players that we're bringing in, because that's something that Lindsay's mentioned quite a lot in quite a few of the signings. He said that he's got good physical attributes and stuff like that. So in that area, obviously, we were a bit lightweight last season. So that's another thing which obviously you need in League Two. Is, you do need a little bit of steel, a little bit of physicality in there. So hopefully that, and with the way our medical department has developed last season and everything, managing to get people through relatively injury-free compared to what we've had to suffer with previous seasons, that can only be a good thing, and another sort of gives you hope, doesn't it, for next season, for this season? Sorry.
No, absolutely. I think you're right there, and I echo the sentiments made by pretty much all of you there with regards to the current position we find ourselves in. I too am quite confident at the moment. I've got a sneaky feeling that we will do better than a lot of people think we will. At least I hope that is the case. Ned, briefly coming back to you again, another player who has had some Ned report fame has hit the media today, but not necessarily to a move to Swindon.
Oh yeah, Jerome Sinclair.
Yes,
he's finally been spotted. No, he's not in someone else's car. No, it's he's supposed to be going to Oxford, isn't he? He's do you know how he got on with his match that he played for them?
Couldn't care less.
Yeah, it's a good point.
He didn't score.
Oh, Jerome Sinclair.
Oh, the striker that never was, Ned.
We would have sponsored you, Jerome. We would have sponsored you.
We were all in to sponsor Jerome Sinclair if he
Absolutely.
Purely on the basis of the Ned report. But sadly, you're going to grace the hallowed turf of Oxford and not score any goals for them.
Angus MacDonald, though, he did call that one.
At the end of the day, he's going to your new club, Oxford. So you win either way.
Well, let's again swiftly move on. You're being very controversial today, Mr. Ned. Let's pack that right in. Let's talk pre-season. We briefly touched on it and how, as fans generally, we win a game. It's HMS Pistol League. We lose a game and suddenly everything's shit. The chairman's shit. There's nothing happening. There's no money, etc., etc., etc. Since we last met, played 2, won 1, lost 1, and Cardiff on the horizon. What do we all think of pre-season thus far? I'll start with Craig.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't look at the results. I think if you're taking too much from the results, you're either a fucking idiot or you're just deliberately trolling. Last season, didn't we get beat by Weymouth pre-season?
Yeah.
Look at the season we had. Nobody expected us to. Well, I mean, I know some of the panel probably expected us to get into the playoffs, but yeah, I really don't get how people take too much stock from what happens in friendly matches. It's all about getting players match fit, trying different tactics, formations. As Lindsay alluded to today, I think it was Rich pointed out to us that the 3-5-2 formation he tried in the last game, it's not going to be the standard formation, but it was something he wanted to try out. Getting minutes for players and trying different things against different level opposition. So it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. And I think anyone who is getting angry over defeats to Swindon Supermarine are being probably deliberately disingenuous, I think. So, yeah.
Ben?
I echo what Craig said. It gets my goat a little bit when people start having a right pop because we've lost a pre-season game to Eastleigh or Supermarine or anything. It's fitness. No one's really bothered about the result. They just go there to meet up with some old mates, have a beer and watch the game. And the players are just there to get minutes in the legs. And that's it. They try a few things out. They change the squad after 50, 60 minutes. For the small club, it's their chance to play a league club. So they step up a little bit. Results incidental. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You know, I remember being Forest and getting relegated. So it's no biggie. And yeah, I don't get people who go mental at pre-season.
Nick, it's an interesting point Ben makes there because when it comes to playing Cardiff, if Swindon wins, suddenly everyone will be thinking, we've beaten Cardiff.
Yeah, 100%. We'll be on HMS Pistol League again if we beat Cardiff. But yeah, I agree with what everybody else has said. It's fitness, see what the players can do, look at formations. Probably be interesting to see what the formation is against Cardiff, whether he does go with the 3 centre halves in the wing backs. But that's all that really matters. And we come through with no players getting injuries. I think that's probably the key thing. And we got a fully fit squad for Harrogate.
It's an interesting point actually Nick makes, Mark. Cardiff is probably going to be the game where we actually see a move towards what opening day is going to look like.
Yeah, I think so. That was actually confirmed by Scott Lindsay on the official support club's video on the sofa this evening. I think the telling point for me really is who is going to decide are going to be our captain and vice captain for the coming season. That will be interesting to see who our leaders are on the pitch and whether they're available to play. We're actually part of the squad that play against Cardiff at the weekend. In terms of our starting 11, I think, again, it will be pretty much close to that team. There might be one or two tweaks. And again, we can't legislate for any injuries that may occur in training or in the game itself. But, I think we could all have a pretty good stab at what we think that starting 11 would be right now. And I don't think we'd be a million miles away. And that's not being disingenuous to any of the new signings that have joined us recently, but some of them are going to be a bit further behind the fitness levels of those that have been with us for the whole of pre-season. So on that basis alone, it kind of almost picks itself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, whether we beat Cardiff or not doesn't really matter for me. I think it's just a lovely chance to see our new charges playing in the red and black for the first time.
And how about you, Ned? What do you think?
So, sorry, I was just reading something that the Swindon Town just put out. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, go on. Do tell.
Oh no, it's just saying about Sandro Di Michele was on Talk Sport earlier, and I was just thinking to myself, oh, I'll give that a listen. And then I look back, and you're like, what do you think? I'm like, oh, sorry.
Just saying your thoughts on pre-season thus far and Cardiff coming up.
All right, okay. Wow, it's not like you go down the gym and then you start slating people because they're not lifting as many weights as you expect them to. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy. But for me, pre-season matches are just for you to go along. You start to recognise all your new signings. You find out what they're all about. Whether we're playing them in the right position or whether they're probably better suited in another position, and to sort of mull over a few trialists. But your final one, your Cardiff, that's on. It's actually, hang on, it's not the final, is it? Is there one before?
No, there's one at the same time.
All right, okay. So the final pre-season game is the teller when you're starting to put things together. So yeah. If we look shoddy against Cardiff, you can start to get a little bit. But honest, I've got no qualms for this season. I think we look so good. But yeah, there we go. Pre-season, people who lose their shit about it really, really, really need to have a big sort of check.
Looks like it's not just Craig that's been on the beers tonight, Ned.
Apparently. 3. Jesus. Okay.
Let's move on, and thank you very much all for your views on the latest goings on at SN1. But it is still pre-season, which means it's still time for some fun, and that means it's quiz time, and we are moving away from the higher or lowers and the percentages for 1 week, and we're hitting it old school again. We've got the quiz questions back.
Oh, where's Mrs. Joe?
Yeah.
Yes, Joe is not here at the moment. So we will have a new quiz champion. Just to refresh everyone of the rules, this is essentially a free-for-all. First person to shout out the correct answer will get the point. And as is now customary here at Fools Rush In, there will be a defend the indefensible at the very end of the quiz. And this time we're giving a prize to the winner. The winner will not have to do it. The winner will select the 2 people that have to do it. So, put that in perspective. If Ben decides to be a little shithouse again through the entire quiz and Mark wins, he can punish Ben by making him defend the indefensible. We have a whole list of questions here to rattle through, gentlemen. So I wish you good luck. And we start with, as is best, question number 1. In 2001, which 5 trophies did Liverpool win?
League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Charity Shield.
And the World Club Winners' Cup thing.
Yeah.
That's 4. You got 1 wrong.
Ooh.
And that's if I'm being generous, because technically they didn't win the World Cup, but I do think I know what you mean.
Well,
World
yeah,
Club Championship.
World Club Championship. So there's one that you've not mentioned, they've not won.
Well, okay, if we're going down that basis, then there's 2, because they didn't win the Club World Cup that year. So there's 2 more. Who's going to get the other 2? We've got League Cup, we've got FA Cup, and we've got Charity Shield. They did not win the Champions League that year.
UEFA Cup.
UEFA Cup is correct.
Super Cup.
Super Cup. Well done, Ben. You got the 5th one. You get the point.
Shithouse. Get 1 right, get it.
Question number 2. Who left the Sunderland manager's job in 2016 to become England manager?
Gareth Southgate.
McLaren.
No. Sorry?
Steve McLaren.
No, not Steve McLaren. No.
Sam Allardyce.
Sam Allardyce is correct.
Oh, yes. Well done. I was just thinking then.
Best England manager ever.
Big Sam.
Big
Isn't
Sam.
5% record. Great manager.
He would have beat Italy, wouldn't he?
Yeah. 4-4-2.
4-4, 4-2. He was Harry Bassett, wasn't he?
In 2019-20, Robert Lewandowski netted 15 goals in the Champions League and scored in 9 consecutive games. But who is the only player to have beaten both of those tallies?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is... which Ronaldo?
Fat one.
Cristiano.
Fat one. Fuck off, Ben. No, I will not have Brazilian Ronaldo referred to as Fat Ronaldo on this podcast.
He did get fat, though.
I don't care. I got fat, but you don't call me Fat Fifey.
Your face, anyway.
I'm
joking.
That's a...
I just do. I'm a chubster too. I'm only saying that because I'm a chubster.
2 weeks in a row. First Sam Parkin, now 5 feet.
Ben is taking shots this preseason. And you know why he's taking shots? Because just like another star man in a Swindon shirt, he is looking for a move off this summer. And he is doing everything he can to put himself in the shop window. Do you know what? We've had no inquiries, Ben. Nobody wants you. You're stuck with us.
Liam.
Doesn't want you.
He does.
He really does.
Anyway,
Ben's
disqualified for being a bitch from this round.
Was it Fat Ronaldo, though?
Which Ronaldo are we saying?
Cristiano.
Cristiano is correct, Craig.
I've had a guess.
And do you know what, Ben? Because you said it twice, I'm taking your previous point off you.
Hey!
I will not have it.
Oh.
I just looked up then and saw something go flying across Ben's screen.
You think bro stuff at me. Right.
Okay. Which RG became the then youngest ever Welsh international when he played against Malta in June 1998?
Ryan Giggs.
No, he was playing for Wales well before 98.
I know, but it's RG.
Ben's out. To be fair, I wouldn't have a clue on this one. Anybody?
Struggling to think of anyone, Archie.
Fair enough. We will move on. The answer, apparently, I couldn't even tell you who this is.
Oh, okay.
Never even heard of this guy, I don't think. Ryan Green is the answer.
Ryan Green, oh yeah. That
Famous. He obviously had a glittering career. Then again, if Jerome Sinclair can be getting a contract offer, he'll probably turn up somewhere on trial soon.
Yeah, well, you never know.
England first qualified for the World Cup in 1950. But since then, how many tournaments have they failed to qualify for?
2.
Incorrect.
4.
Incorrect.
1.
Incorrect.
4.
Ned,
4.
you are correct with 3. 1974, 1970. Oh, hang on. Who said 4?
I did.
I did.
Nick said it first, didn't he? This says 3, but it's almost certainly 4 because they've stopped at 94, and there was definitely the Wally with a brolly one as well. So no, I'm overriding this and giving Nick the point with 4.
Wasn't that a Euros? I thought it was World Cup.
Oh, is the question strictly World Cup, or does it say how many tournaments have they failed to qualify?
If it says tournaments, you're right.
Says how many tournaments. It's controversial, but I'm gonna give Nick the point. Well done, Nick.
Ned.
Nick only wins the controversial points. Ned's been robbed, absolutely robbed.
All right, mate, I had a point taken off me because I said Fat Ronaldo.
Said it again. He said it again.
You're minus one.
That is a second warning, Benjamin.
What's that, Nick? Fat Ronaldo, did you say?
Oh, no.
Okay, what is the common connection between the following managers? Pep Guardiola, Roberto Mancini, Joe Mercer, Les McDowell, Wilf Wild, Tom Maley. Come on, Nick, you've got this. Big opportunity here.
4 of them are made up names.
No. That is not a common connection.
All of them have won at the first attempt.
No.
They all played for the club that they manage.
No.
Oh, good shout, though.
That was a good shout.
Think specifically about the first 2 I said. Because a lot of you probably haven't heard of the others.
They've all managed Man City.
Very close, but not quite what I'm after, Ned.
They've won trophies for Man City.
Go on, Craig.
Who was the second one?
Sorry?
Who was the second one?
Mancini.
They've won trophies for Man City.
I need something a bit more specific, Ned.
They've won the top league with Man City.
No, sorry, Craig.
They've won the European Championship.
Well, you're out, mate. Yeah.
Craig, you're out.
No, that's not how it works. Nobody said that.
No, you're right. That's why I've been banished.
It's always been the rule. You get it wrong, you're out. Anybody? Oh, they're struggling tonight, aren't they? The answer is they have all led Manchester City to FA Cup victories. You were so close, Ned. Just robbed again on a technicality.
If it wasn't league, it was always going to be FA Cup. I shot my load over.
Which Southampton striker scored the fastest goal in Premier League history in 2019 in just 7.69 seconds against Watford?
That was
Rodriguez?
No.
what's his face? What's his face?
Yeah, he does have a face, Ned, yep.
Ward-Prowse?
Ward-Prowse isn't a striker? That's poor from you, Mark. You're better than that.
I know.
That is poor.
Fat Ronaldo.
I think it's a good shout.
Wow.
If he's having points taken off him, because you need to be fair.
No, you told me to say it.
And if I told you to walk off a cliff?
Anybody know the answer?
Oh, he's that young lad who's been international for Scotland, isn't he?
Che Adams?
Yes.
No.
Oh, I thought it was Che Adams.
Who's the one that played for Bristol Rovers?
Ricky Lambert?
Yeah.
No.
Person 19. Sean Long, innit?
So that leaves just Craig and Mark in this round.
I'm out. Ward-Prowse.
Oh, yeah, you said Ward-Prowse.
I thought James Beattie before you said the date, but yeah, it's obviously not.
Yeah,
him,
James
is it?
Beattie gave up long before 2019.
Yeah.
What a
I
player
don't know.
James Beattie was, though.
He
Very
always
good.
class. He was, a good player.
The answer you were looking for, gents, was Shane Long.
I said Shane Long after us out.
Oh, did you? That's a shame.
Yeah, I did after us out. Man, I don't get any
Didn't know
points.
he's still playing then.
I don't get any points.
In 1998-99, Man United won the treble of the FA Cup, Champions League and the Premier League. But who was their top goal scorer in the league? Dwight York, Andy Cole, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Teddy Sheringham?
Andy Cole.
Oh,
Andy Cole is correct, Nick.
Cool.
Well done.
Good
Are you a
call.
Man United fan, Nick?
No,
Very, very quick.
no. I'll follow Chelsea if anyone. Good old Harry.
Yay.
Okay, this should be a nice quick one for everyone. So fingers on the buzzers, as they say. Which club is associated with the term Galacticos?
Real Madrid.
Barcelona.
Well done, Ben. Ben, do you remember back in the, not that long ago, but back in the day a little bit, there's quite a famous striker played for Real Madrid.
Brazilian Ronaldo.
That's right, yeah, well done.
Can I get my point back?
No.
Did he not say Barcelona?
I know, I
Played
did.
for
Oh,
Barcelona.
right, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bypass this question on the technicality. I can't pronounce the guy's name.
Fine, go for it.
No, because if I get it wrong, then there's the potential there that we get taken off the air indefinitely. Which striker was capped by England in 2010 whilst playing in the Championship for Cardiff?
2010.
Oh, no.
See, I would have instantly got this wrong as soon as I heard Championship.
oh, it is now.
Nugent.
No, that's who I would have
David
gone
Nugent.
for. No, that's who I would have gone for.
Struggling with that one.
What year was it again, Fifey?
2010.
He was manager in 2010. Was that Wally with the brolly? It was, wasn't it?
No, that was too early for that. I think. Although it wouldn't surprise me if he was the one that called him up.
Mm. It wouldn't have been. Well, no, it would have been. What's his name? That Italian.
Hello.
Capello.
That's Italian.
Yeah.
Played for England.
Capello.
Anybody know who the Cardiff City striker that got called up for England is?
Is his first name got two initials in it?
No, but technically, if you were to say his name, it would also be one initial.
No, it can't be him.
Jay something.
Oh, you're on the
Jay,
right path.
Jay,
Mark.
Jay Spearing. I'm making it.
In
Since when has
midfielder.
Jay Spearing been a Cardiff City striker?
That's all right.
Midfielder.
What is wrong with you confusing your defensive midfielders for strikers?
If no one gets it, I've got an idea.
Jason Roberts?
No, not Jason Roberts. No. Nick, Ned, you're the only ones left in.
I can't think of what his name is.
No, I've got no idea.
Is it DJ Campbell?
No, it's
Go
not
on.
DJ Campbell.
That's who I thought it was.
Jay Boothroyd.
Jay Boothroyd. He was terrible.
Of course, yeah, he was prolific, wasn't
In time.
Unforgettable.
Aston Villa beat which rivals 7-0 over 2 League Cup legs in 88-89?
Birmingham.
Birmingham is correct, Ned.
Oh, I should have said that.
Do you want a current score update as we go along?
Yeah, go far away.
So Nick has 2. Everybody else is on 1.
Oh,
Well,
High scoring affair, this.
Yeah.
Ben, you'd be joint first if you weren't a shit house.
early days. Early days.
my big mouth.
Who led Chelsea to 3rd in the Premier League and won a Europa League in 2019 in his single season in charge of the
Di
club?
Matteo,
Roberto
Roberto.
Di Matteo.
Ancelotti.
Who did you say, Mark?
Ancelotti.
So anyone who said Di Matteo is wrong, and Ancelotti is also wrong. So I believe that leaves just Ben and Nick left.
Right, so what's the question again? Can you repeat that again?
The question says, who led Chelsea to the 3rd in the Premier League and won the Europa League in 2019 in his single season in charge of the club?
Conte.
No.
No, it was... Oh, what's his name? The large waiter.
The large waiter.
Benitez.
It was
The large Spanish waiter.
The thing is, it's not even right, Ben.
it's the
Benitez, I thought
Brazilian.
Benitez.
It was the
Wait,
Brazilian
one season
manager, wasn't it?
Are you just gonna anyone who's slightly bigger built than say Mason Mount is suddenly fat waiter?
No, but that was the song about, wasn't it? Fat Spanish waiter. You're just a fat Spanish waiter.
The answer to that question was Sarri, by the way.
Oh, the smoker. Yeah.
Smoker.
Yeah, the fat smoker.
He wasn't
smoker.
fat. He was just like, sorry, yeah, that's smoky thing.
Who is the highest scoring Dutchman in Premier League history?
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Bergkamp.
Right, I heard Ruud van Nistelrooy. Who said that?
Me.
Wrong. I heard Dennis Bergkamp. Who said that?
Me.
I did. I said
We're
it
both
first.
wrong. So that leaves Nick and Ned.
Van Persie.
Van Persie is correct, Ned. Well done.
Van Persie.
Stop it.
I did
Because I know what comes next. Okay. Which Spanish side who play at the Mestalla knocked Stoke out of the Europa League in the round of 32 in 2011-12?
Valencia.
Where do they play?
What did you say, Ben?
I don't know.
Okay, what did you say, Mark?
Valencia.
Valencia's correct.
There you go.
I knew
say
one of you
Valencia.
said something.
I didn't say Valencia. I didn't say any name.
Okay. How many times did Kenny Dalglish top the league goal scorers table during his career in Scotland and England?
Ooh.
4.
4 is incorrect.
7.
3.
7 and 3 are both incorrect.
5.
5 is incorrect. Craig. So it's not 3, it's not 4, it's not 5, it's not 7.
2.
2. You were the closest, but that's also incorrect. Once.
King
Once was
Overrated.
melted in
Overrated.
1975-76 with 20.
Overrated Liverpool fans.
Did you just say Dalglish is overrated?
Yeah, and he
Wow.
finished top scorer once. Overrated.
That's the hat trick. Sam Parkin, 5 feet, and Kenny Dalglish.
And Ronaldo.
Win a week. And Ronaldo. Yeah, in a week.
You carry on like this, then I'm just going to make you defend all the indefensibles.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do if I win.
Which English defender became the first to move between 2 English clubs for over 30 million in 2002?
Rio Ferdinand.
Craig, I believe you were first there with Rio Ferdinand. Congratulations.
All right, Craig.
How many times have... Oh, no. Okay, I misread the question because I was like, no, that's not right. How many times have England played the host nation at World Cup tournaments?
Once.
Incorrect.
3 times.
3 is correct, Mark. Can you name them for a bonus point?
West Germany will be one.
I'll play the.
Yes.
Incorrect.
No.
No? I thought they played them in
Brazil?
70.
Nope.
Italy.
Italy in 90 is correct.
France.
Nope.
Argentina?
Nope. So you're not getting a bonus point anyway, but I'm just interested how many more countries you're going to shout out.
There's quite a few countries to get through. Hang on.
Mexico?
Nope.
Poland.
Who?
Poland.
When did
They
they
hosted
host
the
the
World
World
Cup.
Cup?
They've never held
I don't know if
Chile.
they've shared a World Cup or something in the past. Uruguay.
Switzerland in 54, Spain in 82, and Italy in 90 is the answers you're looking for.
Fair enough.
Clearly memorable tournaments for all involved.
90
Especially the
was.
one in the 50s.
90 was
yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
90 was the year I fell in love with football.
Yes, of course. Why was Manchester City's Champions League last 16 first leg against Borussia Mönchengladbach played in Budapest, Hungary last February?
COVID restrictions.
I'll give you that, Ben. UK clubs were banned from travelling to Germany because of new variants of COVID-19. Well done, Ben.
Thank you.
Well,
I didn't insult anyone.
no.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sure you will on this one, though.
Oh, God.
Steve Bruce began his managerial career at which club?
I want to say Birmingham. Birmingham?
You want to say Birmingham, that would be incorrect.
Crystal Palace.
Is also incorrect.
Huddersfield.
Incorrect.
Bollocks.
That just leaves Craig and Nick. Where did Steve Bruce begin his managerial career? Fan of Steve Bruce, Ben? Fan of Steve Bruce?
He's all right. He likes a pie, doesn't he?
Journeyman, isn't he, manager?
Likes the pie, did you just say?
Steve Bruce.
Craig, Nick, I'm going to have to rush you. Any ideas?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough would be incorrect. Craig?
Nice. Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, so close again. Sheffield United.
Oh, I can't remember him in charge of Sheffield United.
Is there anybody he hasn't managed?
Yeah.
Which German club is sometimes referred to as FC Hollywood?
Bayern Munich.
Correct, Craig. Well done.
Good shout.
Bear in mind, I've never heard anybody ever call
No,
it
nor
FC
have I.
Hollywood.
No, it's probably
Top team
just
in
some
Germany.
Germans call them that, I'd imagine.
Next question. Okay. Which striker did Aberdeen sign for around £30,000 from Carlisle United in 2018 and then sell to Birmingham for £2 million in January last year?
Just say that again.
Which striker
Mhm.
did Aberdeen sign for around £30,000 from Carlisle United in 2018 and then sell to Birmingham City for £2 million in January last year?
I haven't got a clue.
Whatever it is, it sounded like a shit deal for Birmingham City. Never had a good
A decent Carlisle striker, I think, for 20 years is Wayne Bridge.
No idea.
No clue.
Good
No.
Willie.
No, good shout though. Sam Cosgrove is the player you're looking for.
Yeah, no.
2 million.
Which two, let's see who knows their motorways. Which two clubs play in the M23 derby?
Southampton, Portsmouth.
No.
Brighton,
Crawley.
Millwall.
Brighton.
Sorry,
Crawley.
Nick?
Brighton, Millwall.
No.
Brighton, Crystal
Brighton,
Palace.
Palace.
You're both out.
Oh, bollocks.
One of them has said it if someone wants to jump in there.
Was it Brighton Crawley?
No.
Oh, so Brian Palace then?
Brian Palace is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
All right.
I couldn't out myself.
But no, it's the M23 derby.
Which
Not April 20 though.
which English striker scored 14 FA Cup goals for 5 different clubs, but never lifted the trophy, only ever winning the League Cup?
How many different clubs?
5.
5 different clubs. English
Correct.
striker.
English striker. Never won the cup.
Les Ferdinand?
Teddy Sheringham.
No.
No, he's won the cup, but there's stupid things to say.
Tony Cotty.
No. That just leaves Nick and Ned.
Oh,
5 different clubs. English striker, 14 FA Cup goals, never actually won it.
Dwight York.
English striker.
Ah.
Oh, I was going to say that's a good shout.
That just leaves you then, Ned.
And Trinidad and Tobago, boys.
I
Not
don't know.
Commonwealth striker.
Chris Sutton.
Chris Sutton would also be incorrect. The answer, Darren Bent.
No one would have got that in a million guesses.
Really?
Darren Bent.
Darren Bent was the first name that came to mind when I read the
Was
question.
it? Oh, you're a wiser man than me.
Darren Bent played for just about everybody.
He did.
I mean, was it Mark
Played
that
for
said
Tottenham.
Steve Bruce has managed everybody? Darren Bent has literally played for everybody.
Mm.
Okay, next question. Oh, okay. Who became West Ham's record signing when he signed from Eintracht Frankfurt in a deal worth up to 45 million in 2019, but was sold to Ajax for approximately 20
Sebastian
million
Haller.
last year?
Haller.
Haller is correct,
Haller.
Mark.
Ajax got a good deal there. Actually scored some goals for him.
Who's the other boy that went to Ajax and scored goals for fun? I want to say he played for Southampton. When they won the league trophy, they were all chanting his name, and you were like, "Fucking hell, he was dog shit in the Premier League."
There's a few of those.
It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Quick score update for you. Mark currently leads the way on 4. Then we've got Ned and Craig on 3. Nick and Ben on 2. Next question. Still bugging me. I can't remember the guy's name. Arsenal's invincible side of 2003-2004 went unbeaten across the 38 league games. But how many did they draw? 10, 12, 14 or 16?
10.
14.
12.
12 is correct, Nick.
Well done, Nick.
Go on, Nick.
Good at guessing.
You like the multiple choice ones, don't you, Nick?
Yeah. I have to think then.
No. Do I want to try and pronounce this one? Okay. In Spanish football, what is the Trofeo Pichichi?
League Cup.
No.
There you go.
The Trofeo Pichichi. I think Soccer AM rebranded it the Golden Espadrille.
Cup winners against league champions.
Top goal scorer.
Top goal scorer is correct, Mark.
Oh. Good shout.
Mark is desperate to pick who is defending tonight's indefensible.
All right, Bam.
Shit.
Yes.
John Hollins managed which club when they became the first bottom division side in history to knock out a Premier League club in the FA Cup when they beat West Ham 1-0 in 1919? Swansea is correct, Mark.
That's going to get you through.
Line then, Mark. Good
On
knowledge.
a march now is Mark.
Good knowledge. I just got that midfielder out of your system.
I remember where people play.
Mm.
Is that true? Which England international defender spent the 2010-11 season on loan with Barnsley from Manchester City?
John Stones.
No.
Good shout, though. He did go, didn't he?
He went the other way, didn't he? From Barnsley to Man City.
What season again was it?
2010-11, I believe I said. Yeah, 10-11.
Vicar Richards.
No.
Sean Pollock.
No.
The cricker.
It's the fullback, isn't it? Can't think of his name. Walker.
No, you got the wrong one, Nick. That just leaves Mark.
Struggling to think what his bloody name is. No, I won't keep you hanging on. I can't think of his name.
Trippier.
Yeah, that's it.
Player Trippier.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Which former player and thorn in the side of STFC scored a phenomenal 17 FA Cup goals in just 22 appearances, most of them for Leeds and Leicester?
Oh, what's his name? That striker.
Julian Joachim.
No, not Julian Joachim.
Ross McCormack.
No, not Ross.
Jermaine Beckford.
I've forgotten his
Sorry,
name.
Craig?
Jermaine Beckford.
Jermaine Beckford would be correct.
Beckford does come. I knew who he was. Got a hat trick against us, but I couldn't remember his name. A bastard.
Which club has spent the most seasons in England's top flight?
Coventry.
Say that again, mate.
Coventry?
They did like 33 years in a row, didn't they? Before they got
Everton.
Everton is correct, Nick. Oh, Craig
Good
and
knowledge,
Nick
Nick.
both moving
Good
up to
knowledge.
4, chasing Mark down. Just so everyone is aware, we are down to the final 4 questions.
Oh,
Scores at this stage: Ben 2, Mark 6, Nick 4, Ned 3, and Craig 4.
I need all 4.
In 1998, St Johnstone received their record transfer fee when Blackburn Rovers paid £1.75 million. For whom?
when?
1993.
1998.
1998.
Won't be Stuart Lickford. Oh.
Given that Joe isn't here with his infamous Scottish football knowledge, I will tell you that it wasn't a striker.
Tor Pedersen.
Colin Hendry.
Both incorrect. Who went from St Johnstone to Blackburn? 1.75 million.
And the year again was when? 98.
98.
I was about 7 years, 8 years out anyway.
Yeah, Colin Hendry was right at the
Yeah.
start of the 90s.
I think this is completely wrong, but I'll say Craig Shaw.
Incorrect. That just leaves Nick and Craig, I think.
Well, to be fair, I said Stuart Ripley straight away, so I'll just go with that.
No.
No.
Nick?
Come on, Nick.
I can't even think of anyone from there.
Joe right now screaming at his computer.
No, I don't know. Sorry.
Callum Davidson.
No.
Oh.
Oh no, another name where I'm going to struggle to pronounce it
It's got
correctly.
very dark very quickly your end, Craig.
Sorry?
It's got very dark
Yeah,
quickly your way.
Well, no, it's just that the screen's been reflecting off my face, and that's kept it in view. But it's I've just had to turn the torch on my phone.
Next
No,
question. How did Stephanie Frappart make football history in December 2020?
Referee the man's
Silliest name.
game.
Sorry, Nick, what were you saying?
Referee the man's game.
Referee the
I need a
first
little
female
bit
official.
more.
First female official.
First Premiership game.
No, Craig, no, Mark. I'll keep Nick in because he's very close. He just needs to add a couple of words. Ned, Ben, by all means, if you remember what Nick said, jump in and try and guess what the missing words were.
What was the date again?
2020. December 2020.
Managed refereed an international game.
Oh, so close, Nick, but I'm afraid that's not quite right. I just leaves Ben and Ned.
Officiated a league game. On
Any
the line.
league game?
Premier League.
Incorrect. Ned?
FA Cup.
Incorrect as well.
Oh,
She was
that's
the
what I've
first
gone on
woman
before.
to referee a men's Champions League game.
Oh.
Oh.
Who was the first Italian to manage in the Premier League?
Roberto Di Matteo.
The first
Gianluca
Italian.
Vialli.
Vialli is correct, Mark. 2 questions to go. Which Scotland international defender scored 14 goals in all competitions as Blackburn Rovers won promotion to
Colin Hendry.
to the Championship in 2017-18? Colin Hendry had long since retired, I'm afraid.
Mulgrew.
Charlie Mulgrew is correct, Ned.
Well done,
So
Ned.
we nearly signed him years ago. We were close to signing Charlie Mulgrew, apparently.
And that brings us to tonight's final question. What did Arsenal do in 1992-93, Liverpool in 2000-2001, Chelsea in 06-07, and Man City in 18-19?
Do the double.
What double?
League and Cup.
League and FA Cup.
League and FA Cup would be incorrect.
Champions League and League.
Man City have never won the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
And long may that continue.
Okay.
That just leaves, I think, Ned and no, Mark said it, Ben said it, Craig said it. So just Ned, sorry.
The League and League Cup.
So close. League Cup and FA Cup.
Oh.
So, in tonight's very high-scoring quiz, in reverse order, Ben, 2 points.
Is that my third bag?
No.
No. Pat Ronaldo.
1 point.
Ben, 1 point. And then we had a three-way tie for second, as Ned, Craig, and Nick all got 4 points. But tonight's winner, with an astonishing 7 points, was Mark. And then
Well done, Mark. Well
let's
played, mate.
introduce tonight's defenders of the indefensible, PCM.
It's going to be Ben versus Ned.
Oh, Ned. Come on,
Okay.
Ned.
Oh.
And Mark, who would you like to go first?
Ned.
Ned. Okay, Ned. Your defend the indefensible is forget sexy football. I'm not here to be entertained. Hoofball is the only way to play.
That's right.
Nice and easy
Yeah.
one for you.
100%. It's all out attack. In the air, Wimbledon style, scores all the goals, no pissing around at the back. This is the same view from most of the Swindon fans that you can hear who are vocal
Get it
by the
forward.
microphones. Get it forward. Exactly. Get it forward. In the air. Get it to your blooming Carl Hudlin style 6'9" striker. Tap it in. Bring back Justin Fashanu. Bring back Vinnie Jones. Bring back my camera. Oh shit! What have I done?
He's not his camera over.
Oh. Oh god!
It's descending into chaos.
Bring it back!
Very good, Ned.
Bring back the crazy gang. Bring back the crazy
I
gang.
think we're going to struggle to bring back Justin Fashanu.
Rest in peace, Justin.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Did I say Justin?
You did.
You did say Justin.
Oh no! Sorry, Fash the Bash, not Justin Fashanu.
We knew what
Bash
you
the
meant,
bash.
mate.
John Fashanu.
So, Ben, obviously that was very passionate from Ned, so you've got a difficult task on your hands. Your defending indefensible is tin pot is a stupid word and only used by egomaniacs.
Fuck. Right. Okay, I'm going to try not to smash up Sarah's computer like that did. Right. Give me a minute. Because
No, you got a
going against the
minute to
grain.
think. Off you go.
Going against the grain of everything. Right. Okay. Modern day football. There's some common catchphrases that are going around at this moment in time. And one of them that gets my goat is Tin Pot. Is there really a Tin Pot club in this professional modern world of today where there are so many teams that invest money in sports therapists. We look at the pictures of yesterday, we look at pictures today, they're all bowling greens now. They're all very well supported. You have smaller clubs, but they're very well funded. Crawley, for example. There's some really egotistical maniacs out there who think so much of their club that they dismiss a club like Crawley. They're probably 10 times more wealthier than your own, you know, and they're outbidding some of your own players and everything. And what a moronic thing to do for anyone to say any other club is merely tin pot. There are so many good football clubs. Bournemouth, they got to the Premier League. A lot of them people call bucket rattlers. But no, they got to the Premier League. They got to the Premier League because they had money. And it doesn't matter on the squad size. It's the players that are built. And if you just instantly dismiss a club for the size of their support, for the quality of the stadium, then you, my friend, are a moron.
Very good, Ben.
Well done, Ben.
I know who I think won that, Mark. Where's tonight's winner? Would you like to choose the overall winner?
But it's
smashed up his computer.
It's a tough one, to be honest. But I'm thinking of the all-round ambience and the additional effect that went with the verbal tirade. I think Ned. It has to be Ned. Congratulations,
well done, Ned.
Mate. Well done.
I don't think that's justified.
Dedication to smash up your own desk.
It was justified, Ned. I fell asleep halfway through what Ben was saying.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to do whatever. But Ned, yeah, fair play. Because in true spirit of the crazy gang, you smashed up the place. So
Absolutely.
Before I conclude tonight's episode, we've got the special announcement that we've been alluding to. And I'm pleased to say, since the end of last season, we've been working very hard behind the scenes to try and develop the Fools Rush In brand, try and enhance the viewing and listening spectacle that you, our loyal friends and fans, have to enjoy at least once a week. There has been a very small amount of investment in new technology. And I'm pleased to say that the new branding will first become available to you on Fools Rush In's first ever live show, the night before the season starts. Friday night, we go live, Fools Rush In, and you can join us on a live stream. You can chat to us in the comments, give us live feedback. I'm fairly confident the majority of the panelists will be on hand to answer your questions. So yes, the night before the new season kicks off, Fools Rush In goes live with our new branding and our new, some new features and some stuff we're very, very excited to show you. Thank you very much for the support thus far. We hope you enjoy. It will be developing throughout the season. There will be more to come, but we're very excited to show you what we've done so far. Just very briefly, guys, Ned, I'll start with you. You've seen the work. You've been very instrumental in the work going on behind the scenes. What does it mean for you to see that the new branding's coming out very soon, and obviously our first live show?
Oh, honestly, I am so excited for this. You have no idea how much, nervous energy I've burnt in the last few weeks, knowing that this is coming soon. Mark's to be fair, he's put in so much effort into this new feature we've come up with, and it is really good. Well, I think it's really good, and Mark thinks it's really good, so hopefully everyone else thinks it's really good.
It is good.
I love this new branding thing. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. We're finally catching up with everyone else. I'm just buzzing for it. So I'm sure, what does everyone else think?
And let's just remember, we're not here to imitate anybody. We're trying our best to keep our own brand of fan left podcasting. And that is all we will try to do. We wanted to keep the feel. We've said all the way along, it's mates down the pub chatting football. That remains. We're not becoming, we're not putting high funding into it. We're not going all elitist with our content. We're just trying to enhance what we think is a very good product. Craig, what's been your thoughts as we've been building towards the live show?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great. We've got our little preview that we'll release beforehand, which I think is quite You know, will be quite entertaining for the fans. Like I say, we want to stay true to our roots, don't we? You know, like you said, Fifey, about the whole friends down the pub talking shit about football and talking about the club we love. We don't want it to turn into some sort of shit version of Soccer AM. So yeah, but yeah.
If we get anywhere near the success of a shit Soccer AM, I'd be delighted.
Well, I was sort of referring to something else, but never mind. But yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to it. It'll sort of make it a little bit more polished, a little bit more professional. although
there'll still be no professionalism, believe me.
I don't know what I was talking about there. I've had a few too many crabbies, so there we go. But really looking forward to it, mate. It'll be good, and hopefully the viewers will like it as well.
Ben, as one of the, we've been joking about you handing in transfer requests and looking to leave all summer, but I know as one of the founder members, one of the original part of the panel, you're very excited for the new branding and everything else to come out, aren't you?
Oh yeah, after all the jesting, I'm all invested in this. I'm all into this. I can't wait to sit, and I can't wait to hear and see what people's reactions to seeing the changes we bring in. And it's exciting times, and I can't wait to be a part of it. It's such a pleasure and a privilege to be involved, and I thank you all that I'm here.
And Mark, obviously, you've been very instrumental behind the scenes in some of the stuff we've been doing. As one of the newer members to the panel, how have you found, from where we were when you came in to the plans of what we've got to come, not even just with the live show, but even beyond that?
Yeah, I think it's just going to add a few more discussion points, add a little bit more humour with specific sections within the show. I think it's going to be easier for the fans that are viewing specifically to see certain things and to see where we are within our debates. I think it's incredibly exciting. There's a whole host of things I don't want to even mention that I know that's part of this, which is going to be amazing. No spoilers. It's going to be an amazing launch show. So please come and join us.
And Nick, not leaving you out, of course, you are our newest panelist. Hearing the news that we have been developing behind the scenes and that we will be doing some live shows and kicking off the season with a live show, as someone who's gone from watching and listening to being on there, do you think we have what it takes to be able to perform at the highest level live?
Certainly do. I'm just pleased that you invited me on after me sending in numerous questions to the panel over the weeks beforehand. Really enjoyed being part of it. Hopefully that can continue. I'm just a Swindon Town fan and just like talking shit about Swindon. So
that's all we all are. That I could not think of a better way to round this off. We are delighted to have you on board, and we hope that you remain for the season upcoming and long into the future, because we're only just getting started. That's how it feels right now. There's a lot of very excitable energy with the panel tonight, with those who couldn't make it tonight but are equally working hard behind the scenes. And we really hope you're able to join us for our season kickoff party. Remember, Friday night, the night before the season starts, Fools Rush In are going live. Ben, Mark, Nick, Ned, Craig, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate your time. Congratulations, Mark, on winning the quiz. Congratulations, Ned, on winning Defend the Indefensible. And from me, all that's left to say, thank you as always for your support. And until next time, good night.